Taking the troops now. As you are able, will you please rise?
Good morning, soon-to-be graduates, parents, family, and friends, and welcome to Ohio Northern University's 139th commencement for the Raby College of Pharmacy. I am Melissa Bauman, president of Ohio Northern University, and I have the privilege of presiding at this event. To begin our program, University Chaplain David McDonald will give the invocation. Please remain standing if you are able for the invocation and as well for the singing of our national anthem, which will be led by graduating senior Gabrielle Mouche. Chaplain McDonald.
Let us pray. O God, whose holy name is medicine to those whose spirits are sick, we ask for your guidance and protection on these pharmacy graduates, that in all they do, they may live up to the high ideals of the profession to which they are about to enter. We thank you for the faculty, staff, mentors, family, and friends who have supported them during their studies, and especially those who have challenged them to strive for excellence in their studies and in their professional practice. Bless them today as we celebrate their accomplishments. Give them the gift of confidence in what they know, and the gift of humility that they might not be afraid to ask for help or advice when needed. We pray for the patients, clients, and colleagues who will have the pleasure of meeting them in the future. Help them to recognize in these persons the many special qualities we see in them today. Above all, most holy God, grant that these pharmacists will show compassion and love to the world, not only through their work, but through their dedication to their communities and to the world. Through your holy name and in your spirit, I pray. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Wow. Please be seated. More than any other university event or program, Commencement has a special and a symbolic significance. We are here today to celebrate student success, applaud academic achievement, and confer upon our students the degrees they have worked so very hard to complete. Although our primary purpose is to pay tribute to the students who are graduating today, we are also coming together to recognize the collective efforts of so many: faculty, staff, parents, family, and friends who have supported our graduates' achievements. Ever since 1874, when the 11 members of the first graduating class received their degrees, the university community has gathered to celebrate and share in this time-honored tradition. Here today are 183 members of the Raby College of Pharmacy, class of 2023, who will soon have their degrees conferred and who will then join the nearly 34,000 graduates who make up our proud Polar Bear family of alums. The members of the class of 2023 have a bright future ahead because they have received an excellent education from an outstanding faculty. Faculty members are at the very core of our enterprise. They are dedicated teachers, respected scholars, and caring and exacting mentors. They provide extraordinary service to our students while challenging them to make the most of their educational opportunities. Will the ONU faculty please stand and be recognized? And would everyone, especially the graduating students, please join me in expressing our appreciation to them. Faculty. Administrative and support staff at ONU also serve our students in important ways and extend student learning beyond the classroom. Will they please stand to be recognized, and please join me in expressing our appreciation to them as well. It is now my pleasure to introduce the platform party who have not yet already been introduced. As their name is read, I ask that each will rise and remain standing. Please hold your applause until all introductions are made. Ms. Karina Milano, student vocalist. Ms. Kirsten Osmond Manley, resident artist, lecturer in music and musical theater, vocalist. Dr. Adrian Thompson Bradshaw, Vice President for Student Affairs, vocalist. Dr. Kristen Sabota, Associate Professor of Pharmacy Practice. Ms. Anna Russ, student speaker. Dr. Juliette Hertig, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. Dr. Richard Keyes, Vice Chair, ONU Board of Trustees. Dr. Todd Nesbitt, Honorary Degree recipient. And Dr. Stephen Martin, for the last time, Dean of the Raby College of Pharmacy. Please join me in recognizing these individuals. I am now pleased to introduce Dr. Richard Keyes, Vice Chair of ONU's Board of Trustees, who will offer a welcome on behalf of our board.
Good morning. On behalf of the Ohio Northern University Board of Trustees, I am delighted to welcome you to the Pharmacy Commencement for the class of 2023. I have the honor of serving as the Vice Chair of ONU's Board of Trustees. We are a group of 23 men and women who are responsible for ensuring the quality and stewardship of the university now and into the future. Today's joyful events honor you, our soon-to-be graduates, for successfully completing your degree requirements. The board recognizes that you have worked hard for several years to reach this milestone, with some of those years more challenging due to the COVID pandemic. You and the entire ONU community showed great resolve during the pandemic, and just as importantly, we all came back together to ONU to gather again as a community. It has been a wonderful year post-pandemic. The trustees are very proud of your accomplishments and hard work. I would also like to thank your family members for their support and congratulate them as well for sharing in the joy that this day brings. Welcome to all, and congratulations, soon-to-be graduates.
Thank you, Rick, for your welcome and for your service and leadership to ONU. And now I am pleased to ask Steve Martin, Dean Stephen Martin, to introduce our commencement speaker.
Good morning. We are pleased today to welcome back to our campus an outstanding alumnus from the class of 1984. Dr. Todd Nesbitt is a visionary pharmacy and health system leader, consummate educator, and patient-focused advocate. Importantly, he is a loyal polar bear to his alma mater. Dr. Nesbitt grew up in Navarre, Ohio, outside of Canton in Stark County. Todd and his two sisters were the first generation in his family to earn college degrees. Navarre is not a big town, and it can make Ada look like a metropolis, so coming to Ohio Northern was a natural fit for Todd, especially since he followed two older cousins to campus. His early interest in chemistry and mentorship from his high school chemistry teacher led him to pursue a career in pharmacy. While studying pharmacy at ONU, Todd also began pursuing another lifelong interest, his wife Suzanne, also a pharmacy student at the time, a 1984 graduate, and a 2018 distinguished alumna of the Raby College. And Suzanne is with us today, somewhere here in our audience, right there. Suzanne, welcome. With a meal of macaroni and cheese with peas and tuna, Todd won over Suzanne's heart, if not her stomach, and 36 years later, they are still happily together. Todd was a brother in the Phi Mu Delta fraternity and has kept in touch with many of his PMD brothers throughout the years, journeying to OSU football games in Columbus and the Northeast. Like many in leadership positions in our profession, Todd began his career as a staff pharmacist and clinician. He returned to grad school at Ohio State University to earn a PharmD degree in 1992. Todd quickly learned that he had a knack for developing new programs and services and helping to develop the skills of other members of the pharmacy team. It's from those humble beginnings that his leadership track developed. Todd began his administrative path at the Cleveland Clinic with responsibilities for operations and clinical services in the Pharmaceutical Care Clinic. In 2001, he and Suzanne made a career move to the East, where he took on the responsibilities as an assistant director of pharmacy for clinical services at the Johns Hopkins Hospital in Baltimore. Over the years, Todd has been promoted to associate director and then director. Today, he is the chief pharmacy officer for Johns Hopkins Hospital, an 1,100-bed academic medical center, and vice president for pharmacy services across 6 hospitals of the health system located in the Baltimore region, the District of Columbia, and in Tampa, Florida. Dr. Nesbitt has responsibilities for all fiscal, operational, clinical, regulatory, medication use policy, research, and educational and strategic planning activities for the pharmacy enterprise. In 2019, I had the privilege of visiting Johns Hopkins and seeing in action the enterprise that Dr. Nesbitt oversees. At the time, there were at least 12 ONU polar bears working for him in the pharmacy system, and Hopkins has been an outstanding training site for ONU PharmD students for many years, including many of those here today. While there, I witnessed the quiet servant leadership that Todd Nesbitt displays. It was clear his colleagues respect him and listen to his direction. It's also clear that he trusts his colleagues and empowers them to do the work that leads to excellent patient care and efficient systems operation. In addition to being a pharmacist, an administrator, an outstanding leader, Todd is the ultimate girl dad to his daughters, Taylor and Alexandra. Please welcome our 2023 commencement speaker, Dr. Todd Nesbitt.
Good morning, and thank you, Dean Martin, for such a kind introduction. Let me extend a big polar bear welcome to our ONU faculty and administration, to all of the family and friends in attendance, and to the Ohio Northern University College of Pharmacy graduating class of 2023. Thank you for the opportunity to be present today to share in your incredible achievement. It was nearly 40 years ago that I walked across the very stage that you will as graduates today. It seems like forever ago, and yet it seems like only yesterday. You will leave today knowing that you were here during a historic time. Yes, you will have been students during the unforgettable COVID-19 global pandemic. As importantly, you were students during the outstanding tenure of Dean Steve Martin, who, as we know, will retire from ONU at the conclusion of this academic year. Such a tremendous honor that you have had to be students under his impactful mentorship and thoughtful leadership. I'm confident that you will continue to appreciate how instrumental he has been to your individual growth and development as you go forward in the course of your careers and reflect on your time at ONU. I'm incredibly honored and humbled to be able to share a few remarks with you today. I've had the distinct pleasure of serving as a preceptor for countless pharmacy students and residents in the course of my career. While the formal evaluation forms and scoring rubrics are important to be sure, I routinely ask each learner to offer their own reflections in their own words to share what they have experienced and what they have learned. A top 10 list, if you will. These reflections help me to see the learning experience through your eyes. Today, it seems appropriate that in turn, I should offer my own reflections over the course of my 39-year pharmacy practice experience. First, make time for self-reflection. Self-reflection is a conscious act, which allows you to gain perspective on what really matters to you. It helps you to make better decisions about pursuing goals in your life that reflect your needs and your interests. Self-reflection provides the opportunity to grow and to change. We all want to have a sense of purpose. Purpose in life propels us forward. The more that we understand ourselves, the more we are able to describe a clear sense of purpose, and the more that we can understand and appreciate others as a result. Commit to lifelong learning. You have completed one of the most important and exciting chapters of your lives. You have gained tremendous knowledge and skills as doctor of pharmacy students, about to begin your careers in professional practice. Yet, we can never be complacent with the knowledge that we have today, as we need to continually expand our knowledge to meet the challenges of tomorrow. Pharmacogenomics, pharmacometrics, immunotherapy are simply a select few examples of the myriad ideas and ideals that were yet to be described at the time of my graduation from ONU. I was fortunate to graduate with my bachelor's degree in my 20s, my doctor of pharmacy degree in my 30s, and my master's degree in business administration in my 40s. Maintaining your sense of intellectual curiosity and the commitment to lifelong learning is essential to sustain you throughout the duration of what will be lengthy and dynamic careers. Cultivate friendships and build meaningful relationships. I have been blessed to have lasting relationships of more than 4 years that began during my days at ONU. Dean Martin referenced my time in the Phi Mu Delta fraternity. I can tell you that the bonds of brotherhood are strong. I'm even more blessed to have met my best friend, my wife of 35 years, Susanna Amato Nesbitt, as a classmate in the College of Pharmacy. Author Jess C. Scott writes, "Friends are the family you get to choose." I've come to appreciate that such friendships must be cultivated, that they require energy and effort to be sustained. They can too easily be taken for granted. Making such investments will be repaid many times over in the course of your lives. I also encourage you to find mentors who will offer wise, honest, and open counsel as you progress in your professional lives and personal lives and professional careers. Similarly, I encourage you to become a mentor for those who will follow in your footsteps. Mentorship has been one of the most rewarding and fulfilling aspects of my career. I'm confident that one day you will say the same. Make family a priority. Individual career awards, such that I'm humbled to receive today, are merely a reflection of all those who supported and encouraged the awardee for so very many years. For me, it began with my parents and older siblings, who understood the power of education to transform and instilled in me the importance and value of education in achieving one's goals. I've been blessed to have been supported throughout my career by the continuous love and support of my own family, which includes daughters Taylor and Allie, and my wife, who you already know by now as my best friend, Suzanne. I appreciate this anonymous quote that you may have heard before. Having somewhere to go is home. Having someone to love is family. Having both is a blessing. Seek first to understand. In our social media-centric world, we have more opportunities than ever to share our own thoughts and perspectives with others to make our voices heard. This is important, to be sure. It is at least equally important, and I would argue even more important, to listen and to learn from the voices of others. Stephen Covey, in his classic book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, said, "Seek first to understand before seeking to be understood." In other words, listen first, speak second. Dr. Bernard Ferrari, former dean of the Johns Hopkins University Carey Business School and author of the book Power Listening, described listening skills as the most important critical business skill of all. Our own words become more well-informed, more pertinent, more poignant when we have taken the time to listen and to understand the words of others first. For our patients, listening first ensures that we can best help to meet their healthcare needs by understanding what is most important to them. Be persistent. I've learned that persistence is invaluable to the achievement of one's goals, essential for overcoming the inevitable and often unforeseen obstacles we are likely to face. Nobel Prize laureate Dr. Marie Curie describes that she was taught that the way of progress was neither swift nor easy. Progress takes time, continuous commitment, and passion. You'll have many successes in the course of your careers. You will also face many challenges. Persistence in overcoming these challenges will build resilience and the confidence to know that you can accomplish your own personal and professional goals. I have long been fascinated by the resolve of the founding fathers of the United States during a tumultuous time when nothing was certain. In this context, none other than Benjamin Franklin declared that energy and persistence conquer all things. Remain humble. When I graduated from ONU in 1984, I can honestly say that a career focused on leadership was probably the furthest thing from my mind. Yet through the course of pursuing various opportunities, I came to recognize the increasing influence that one can have when moving from the individual level to the team level, to the departmental and organizational level. I came to appreciate the incredible reward resultant from serving others through leadership roles. I also came to realize that effective leaders are humble leaders. Leadership author Dan Nielsen describes that effective leaders don't consider themselves better or more important than others and are able to easily acknowledge their own shortcomings and laugh at their blunders. He says that humble leaders realize they don't have all the answers, and they are willing to heed the advice and learn from the feedback of others. As you aspire to leadership positions, remember to always remain humble in the service of others, and remember to laugh at your own mistakes along the way. Dean Martin referenced the fact that Suzanne and I, you may not know this, we work in the same department in the same organization. She laughs at me a lot. That keeps me humble. Expand your worldview through travel. In the book, The Big Sort, author Bill Bishop describes how we as Americans have spent decades sorting ourselves into homogeneous communities, not by region or by state, but by city and neighborhood. It is easy to see only others who look like us, think like us, live like us. I strongly encourage you to travel widely and to interact with others beyond these local enclaves. In so doing, I believe you will find that we are intrinsically all one people, one humanity, living in one large and increasingly interconnected world. I had the pleasure several years ago of attending a lecture of renowned travel author Rick Steves, who said, "Travel is rich with learning opportunities, and the ultimate souvenir is a broader perspective." Ideally, travel broadens our perspectives personally, culturally, and politically. Suddenly, the palette with which we paint the story of our lives has more colors. Make your own health a priority. The frenetic pace of life and the challenges of balancing our personal and professional lives simultaneously can sometimes tip the balance toward our work life at the expense of our own well-being. We cannot care for others if we do not first care for ourselves. It is imperative that you take time, that you consciously make time to build into your schedule that which sustains you and your own health and resiliency. It is easy to think that you will do this one day, that you don't have time for self-care now. I urge you to reject this temptation to wait until tomorrow. The sooner this becomes a habit, the sooner you will realize that you have more energy, that you are more productive, that you have a more positive outlook on life. Make time for yourselves and invest in your own health. Finally, keep your patients in the center. In the course of your careers, you will find that you are often faced with competing priorities: competition for your time, competition for your energy, competition to achieve organizational goals. It is not always easy to maintain your focus on what matters most in the face of this competition: the care of your patients. When you place the patient at the center of your moral compass, you will find that it will lead you in the right direction to make the right decision. While other priorities may distract, this will always help you to find your true north, to fulfill your primary obligation as a pharmacist, which is to serve your patients. Thank you again to Dean Martin and to the ONU faculty and administration for the opportunity to share these reflections with you today. And thank you to the families, friends, and graduates for allowing me the honor of sharing this very special occasion with all of you as part of the Ohio Northern University College of Pharmacy Class of 2023. Congratulations, graduates. Thank you very much.
Thank you for challenging us to broaden our perspective and encouraging you forward, you all, the students, in your life of service for the betterment of your patients and your community. It is now my pleasure to introduce our student speaker, Ms. Anna Russ, who graduates with honors summa cum laude. During her time at ONU, Anna was a member of the COVID-19 testing team at Stambaugh Hall and participated in multiple large-scale COVID vaccine clinic days. She also served on the Pharmacy Admissions Committee for 2 years, was chapter president of her Delta Zeta sorority in 2020, and was a VP of Community Service for Panhellenic Council. As a music minor, Anna was a member of the University Singers, took piano lessons, and toured and performed in Europe in 2018 with University Singers. I am delighted to invite Anna to speak on behalf of the class of 2023. Anna?
Thank you so much for the kind introduction. Good morning, graduates and all supporters of this bright, resilient, and driven group of individuals. Thank you all for joining the celebration of such a significant milestone in our professional journey. We certainly would not be walking across the stage today without the constant support, encouragement, and reassurance from our administrators, professors, family, and friends. Such momentous occasions as this beg the question, how did we even get here? It might be hard to think back to a time when you didn't know what an ACE inhibitor was, or when you were panic cramming for a physio quiz, trying to remember what some potassium pump did. Or, even better, when you could spend Wednesday nights singing karaoke at TAV or visiting Pops at Regal Beagle. All of these memories and every single moment in between have written the messy, beautiful, and ever-changing chapter that we are closing today. Standing at the finish line, it's easy to forget that this chapter was not written in a single day. In these celebratory moments, we often minimize or even neglect to acknowledge the obstacles, barriers, and setbacks we've overcome to get to this point, as if this degree somehow wipes clean the path behind us. There's a perception that significantly contributes to these tendencies, a perception that celebrates the quantity and frequency of accomplishments rather than the very personal and complex journeys that shaped these moments. A perception with which I'm sure we're all well acquainted: hustle culture. This concept has been especially apparent within our demographic of young healthcare professionals. Whether internal or external, there seems to be an unspoken pressure to do more, be better, work harder, and run faster. And while there's nothing wrong with self-improvement, the gravity of such constant, unrelenting, and often unrealistic expectations can be absolutely crushing. Time and time again, we have seen the devastating effects of these expectations, burdening thousands of healthcare professionals with self-sabotaging comparisons, crippling self-doubt, and extreme burnout. Hustle culture does not allow this time nor space to experience the healing processes of grieving, reflecting, and learning from our mistakes. Hustling does not foster the grace to forgive yourself and others in the midst of disappointment and unmet expectations. This mindset overlooks opportunities for growth in the blind pursuit of perfection. But the good news is, we weren't made to hustle. We were made to grow. Growth follows a non-linear path. It is still attainable in seasons of both success and disappointment, frustration and motivation, doubt and hope. Even when you can't quite reach the stars, you can always wait with patience and grace until you've grown tall enough. As so eloquently and beautifully illustrated by American author Joy Marie Clarkson, quote, "You are not a machine. You are more like a garden. You need different things on different days. A little sun today, a little less water tomorrow. You have fallow and fruitful seasons. It is not a design flaw. It is wiser than perpetual sameness. If you expect a garden to produce things with the same regularity and sameness as a machine, you will be disappointed. If you try to maintain a garden the same way you would a machine, you'll destroy it. The same is true of your body and emotional life. Give into your garden," end quote. Although the perpetual sameness and machine-like tendencies of hustle culture may never fully be eradicated, we can resist this harmful perception by giving into our gardens, feeding our passions, establishing healthy boundaries, learning from our mistakes, and never losing sight of fulfillment beyond constant achievement. If there's one thing I know to be true about our class, it is that we are a fierce group of leaders and practice innovators. So, I don't need to tell you to always try your best or to go out and change the world of pharmacy, because you've already been doing that for the past 6 years. But what you might not have been doing quite as frequently is loving yourself despite the mistakes that you've made, and being gentle to yourself when you struggle to meet expectations, and wholeheartedly giving into your growing garden. Celebrate not just the degree you have earned, but every high, low, twist, and turn that has shaped you and this path that you are completing today. Congratulations, class of 2023. Let a new journey begin.
Thank you, Anna. I've learned a new term, hustle culture. Might be a little guilty. So since I'm a gardener, I'm going to take a little more time and grow my flowers. All right, it's time now to confer the honorary degree. Would Vice Chair Keyes, Dean Martin, and Dr. Nesbitt please join me for the conferral of the honorary degree? Todd Nesbitt, As head of operations for one of the nation's largest pharmacy departments at a world-renowned healthcare system, you are a leading innovator and advocate for the profession of pharmacy. Growing up in the small town of Navarre, Ohio, you were inspired to become a pharmacist by your high school chemistry teacher. Your parents valued education and encouraged you and your two sisters to become the first generation in your family to earn college degrees. You obtained your bachelor's degree in pharmacy from ONU, where you met your wife Suzanne and many lifelong friends. You later received a Doctor of Pharmacy at The Ohio State University and an MBA in Medical Services Management at Johns Hopkins University. Eager to provide care and comfort to patients, you started your career as a pharmacy practitioner. Within a short time, your keen leadership skills and insight led to your elevation to management positions. In administrative roles, you seized opportunities to impact patient care on a macro level. After various clinical and operational leadership roles at the Cleveland Clinic, Metro Health Medical Center in Cleveland, and the Grant Medical Center in Columbus, you joined Johns Hopkins in 2001. At this top-ranked healthcare system, you rose through the ranks to your current position, Chief Pharmacy Officer for Johns Hopkins Hospital, an 1,100-bed academic medical center, and Vice President of Pharmacy for the Johns Hopkins Health System, which includes oversight of 6 hospitals and more than 100 frontline clinicians. Like your parents, you believe in the importance of education. You are not only a lifelong learner, you have a long-standing commitment to help others on their educational journey. You have grown the pharmacy residency programs at the Johns Hopkins Hospital and Johns Hopkins Bayview Medical Center and serve as preceptor and mentor to dozens of pharmacists, pharmacy residents, and pharmacy students. You've been active in various pharmacy organizations and served as president of the Ohio chapter of the American College of Clinical Pharmacy. Your integrity, leadership, and generous service to the pharmacy profession and to the next generation of pharmacists is commendable. Therefore, by the authority vested in me by the state of Ohio and the Ohio Northern University faculty and Board of Trustees, I am delighted to confer upon you the degree Doctor of Pharmacy, honoris causa, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. And now, under the direction of Dr. Charles Bates, the symphonic band will now perform There Is a Time. They will be joined by vocalists Professor Kirsten Osmond-Manley and Dr. Adrian Thompson Bradshaw.
There is a time for us to wonder, when time is young, and so are we. The woods are greener over yonder, the path is new, the world is free. There is a time when leaves are falling, the woods are gray, the paths are old, the snow will come when geese are calling. You need a fire against the cold. There is a time for us to wonder when time is young, and so are we. The woods are green over yonder. There's a path for us to wander. The world is green over yonder. Your world is free. Your world is free.
One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours. It will be ours. Oh, one day, when the war is won, we will be sure. We will be sure. Glory. Oh, glory. Oh, glory. Oh, glory. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven rings with the harmony of liberty. Now the war is not over and the victory isn't won, but we'll fight on to the finish, and when all is said and done, we'll cry, glory. We'll cry, glory. We'll cry,
One day, when the glory comes, it will be yours. It will be yours. Oh, one day, when the war is won, we will be sure. We will be sure.
There is a time for us to wander when time is young, and so are we. The woods are green over yonder. The path new. The world is
Thank you, thank you, thank you not only to our band, but our wonderful soloists. Dean Martin will now provide comments to the graduating class. Dean Martin.
Graduating students, families, and friends, again, welcome and congratulations. That's amazing to follow, isn't it? I am so pleased to be present here today to witness this important milestone in your life. Those of us in academia look forward to this event all year long. This is also a milestone in the history of the Raby College. In our long history, we have awarded 4 unique degrees: pharmaceutical graduate, pharmaceutical chemist, Bachelor of Science of Pharmacy, and the Doctor of Pharmacy degrees. Today, we expand that offering by 1 in awarding the inaugural Bachelor of Science in Integrated Health Sciences degree. Born of necessity, this new degree is not trivial, nor will it remain the same as it stands today. Graduates who are earning that degree today, you are making history for Ohio Northern and for the Raby College. You've been making history for us over the last 4 years, helping us to lead the rollout of a contemporary, revised professional curriculum and helping us to shape and mold that curriculum to be the best experience for those who come behind you. Thank you for stepping up to that task and for the courage to embrace change and critically address our work in progress. To the PharmD graduates, the story of your success that we celebrate today is also the story of our success. Despite the recent ending of the health emergency associated with the COVID-19 pandemic, your time at Ohio Northern and your entire career path was shaped by that experience. You saved lives. You changed the trajectory of our community's health by the work that you did to prevent that dreaded disease, to test members of our community, and to treat the sick and care for the dying. We did that together, and I hope that you tell your children and grandchildren about the role that you played when America needed us most. Thank you for stepping up to that task and for the courage to do what was needed to be done despite the personal risks that you took. PharmD graduates, I call you colleagues, as today you officially join me as a pharmacist. The hood that you'll receive today is symbolic of that achievement. The hood's olive coloring and size represent your PharmD degree, and our colors at Ohio Northern are woven into the pattern. Although ceremonial, it signifies the completion of the doctoral degree and enshrines the respect and trust that comes to those who've earned the right to wear it. However, the rights and responsibilities that President Baumann will confer upon you here in a few minutes are not just ceremonial. They entrust you with the duty of our profession, and with them you begin the journey of selfless service to humanity. The journey on which you embark today is framed by 3 P's. The first P is person. You are a person who has been shaped and formed in many ways by what has happened here on this campus over the last 6 years. You learned more here at Ohio Northern than the practice of pharmacy. Being a pharmacist is something you'll do in your lives, but each of you is more than a pharmacist. You are, who you are is more important than what you do. Who you are was shaped here on this campus. Who you are was shaped by our God-centered values, our sense of family and responsibility, and our focus on service to others, even in the face of harm or risk to ourselves. Each of you has a foundation of principles upon which you will live the rest of your lives. That principle-centered foundation will allow you to be a change maker in the world as a pharmacist, but more importantly, as a citizen of your community and a person of humanity under God's direction. The second P in the frame is professional. You must go out into the world and earn the trust and respect of your patients every day as a healthcare professional who cares for them and is dedicated to putting their needs ahead of your own. The remarks from Dr. Nesbitt earlier this morning are a testament to the professionalism that you have pledged to uphold. The degree you have earned is just the entry-level criteria to practice that professionalism as a pharmacist. It's the work that you do day in and day out and the responsibility that you take with each and every patient and the knowledge and skills that you continue to build throughout your career that will demonstrate that you are the professional you've been trained to be. It's through your personal leadership that you'll focus on each individual however they come to you and improve their lives one patient at a time through your interactions with them. As pharmacists, we don't always get to choose who presents in front of us needing care. The homeless, the indigent, the addicted, the disturbed, those who think and behave differently from us, those who talk differently from us, those who haven't cared for themselves, or who may not follow our counsel and direction. All of these are examples of patients to whom you will pledge today to provide your care. For each of those patients, you will change their lives with your knowledge, your actions, your compassion, the dignity that you give to them, even when it's not earned. These are the things that will change lives. With every choice you make to help someone in need, to give without having to be asked, and in treating each individual with the respect and dignity of the person that God made them to be, you will change the life of another human being. The third P is, of course, polar bears. You don't just get a degree today, you have been adopted into our family. You are forever a polar bear, and this is home. You are always welcome at home. You can always come home when you need some TLC. You can always come home when you need some help or need some direction from mom and dad. You can always come home to celebrate and reconnect with friends and remember your glory days. Always feel welcome here. This is your home, and we'll always be happy to have you back for a visit. I join you today as a graduate. I will soon graduate into the next chapter of my life. It has truly been an honor to have served as your dean and colleague and to work with this amazing group of faculty that's helped you over these last 6 years. I can't imagine a more fitting way to complete my 40-year career than with you here today at this institution. So on behalf of my colleagues on the faculty and staff, graduates, colleagues, congratulations.
Thank you, Dean Martin. 9 years of service you've given us as dean, so thank you. Thank you. The world is a better place because of your leadership of this college. Thank you. We will now confer degree and award diplomas to the graduating class of 2023. After all degrees have been conferred and diplomas awarded, the members of the class of 2023 will be asked to move their tassel on their mortarboard. Dr. Hurtig, will you please commence the conferring of the academic degrees?
President Baumann, I have the honor of calling Dean Stephen Martin for the privilege of presenting the candidates for the Doctor of Pharmacy and the Bachelor of Science.
Will the pioneering candidates for the degree of the Bachelor of Science in Integrated Health Sciences please stand? President Baumann, as Dean of the Raby College of Pharmacy at Ohio Northern University, it is a privilege to present these candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science.
Thank you, Dean Martin. With the approval of the university faculty and by the authority vested in me from the Board of Trustees of Ohio Northern University and the state of Ohio, I am pleased to confer upon each of you the Doctor of Pharmacy degree with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Will the outstanding candidates for the Doctor of Pharmacy degree please stand? Bachelor of Science candidates, please be seated. President Baumann, as Dean of the Raby College of Pharmacy at Ohio Northern University, it is a privilege to present these candidates for the Doctor of Pharmacy degree.
Okay, we had a little mix-up. Dean Martin said the wrong degree. Y'all are getting all of your degrees, okay? So, thank you, Dean Martin. I now invite, let's see, wait, where am I? Yeah, I know. Hold on. Okay, with the approval of the university faculty and by the authority vested in me from the Board of Trustees of Ohio Northern University in the state of Ohio, I'm pleased to confer upon each of you the Doctor of Pharmacy degree with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations. And just to make it official, you are also, it is also a privilege to confer the degrees on the degree of Bachelor of Science to those students getting that degree. So, at this point, you can sit down. I now invite the graduates of the College of Pharmacy to please come forward to receive their degrees.
Fatima Riyad Alawan. Yasser Jamil Alosai Bi'i. Abrar Salman Al-Buzaid. Amal Hussein Al-Naif, magna cum laude. Muntaha Hassan Al-Nujadi. Mashhur Marzouk Al-Qurashi, cum laude. Ali Yusuf Al-Rabiya. Joseph David Ball, magna cum laude. Avery Renee Bowinger, cum laude. Marissa Ann Barton. Olivia Rose Bainfeld. Lindsay Rose Bergman. Brianna Lee Bogard. Carmen Sophia Bowers, magna cum laude. Heather Elizabeth Brockman. Megan Ashley Breyer, cum laude. Alexander Isaac Briscoe. Natalie Jo Bush. Skylar Joseph Caprella. Nicole Julia Kaser. Rylan Nicole Castle. Rebecca Lynn Cermak. Edward Chow, cum laude. Jake Young Choi. Haley Suzanne Christian, magna cum laude. Kyle James Chrisman. Jacob Allen Clark. Abigail Rose Cochran, magna cum laude. Adam Michael Cohn. Allison Renee Conklin. Jared Robert Cottingham. Seth Lewis Dara. Benjamin Jacob Dyke, summa cum laude. Cody Tyler Dennison. Abigail Marie Downing, cum laude. Nathan Mark Epstation. Anna Ezekiel Eskinder. Mackenzie Lynn Evers, summa cum laude. Emily Mackenzie Faribaugh. Hayden Allen Farmer, cum laude. Courtney Christine Favazzo, summa cum laude. Michaela Brianne Flath. Lauren Elaine Fleck. Hattie Madeline Foster, cum laude. Matthew Joseph Gibson. Brooke Nicole Gower. Kelly Grace Grimes. Abigail Reese Hampton, magna cum laude. Michaela Jane Harding. Macy Rose Harshfield. Jocelyn Kathleen Hepp. Ashlyn Marie Hitella. Calvin Bryce Hochberg. Rachel Laura Alachi. Olivia Marie Yanantuno. Lucas Robert Gyra. Austin Steele Johnson, summa cum laude. London Marie Collier Young. Emma Ann Kabalka, cum laude. Catherine Ellen Kaufman. Kelly Michelle Kern, Honors Program. Fatima Hassan Kawahar. Samuel Patrick Kraybacher, cum laude. Riley Ann Kramer. Renee Christine Keese, cum laude. Yelena Lakich. Nathan Michael Langston. Abigail Catherine Lescalit. Claire Marie Leetart. Chifan Lin. Zachary Lin. Molly Elizabeth Lipson. An Wing Min Lu, magna cum laude, honors program. Lucas Ryan McClaskey. Brody Lee McNulty. Ryan James McNutt. Scott Daniel Mitzko. Brett Michael Moore. Brandon Scott Nickel. The Ohio Northern Recognition Medal recognizes outstanding academic achievement. A medal and a certificate are presented to each of the highest-ranking graduates in each college who have completed at least 90 graded hours at Ohio Northern and are present at commencement. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and certificate will now be presented to Isabel Grace Euler, summa cum laude, as one of the highest-ranking graduates in the College of Pharmacy. Gwyneth Rose Oliver, cum laude. Charity Chinenye Onyekelu. Courtney Alicia Opong. Lauren Elizabeth Osadchek. Sarah Abigail Otto, summa cum laude. Jui Ravindra Patel. Akash Pathak, cum laude. Alyssa Michelle Perry, magna cum laude. Pham Ngoc Phuan Han, cum laude. Sierra Nicole Phillips. Cameron John Poulton. Casey Lynn Renault, Honors Program. Hunter Nathaniel Roach, Honors Program. Austin James Rofe. Lindsay Mariah Ruffner. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and Certificate will now be presented to Anna Marie Russ, summa cum laude honors program, as one of the highest ranking graduates in the College of Pharmacy. Gina Marie Scampatilla, honors program. Dima Mahmood Shaltef. Joseph Alexander Sidoti, magna cum laude. Hamza Hani Sinan. Brianna Renee Morgan Smith. Faith Elizabeth Stewart. Travis Sutter, magna cum laude. Michael Perry Swander. Brianne Laurel Taylor. Vin Huang Tai. Rosetta May Tolley, magna cum laude. Alessandro Paul Tramontano. Blake Allen Van Voris. Bradley Margaret Warnament. Park Logan Winery. Jessica Woodard. Sabra Callie Woodruff. Carissa K. Wright, cum laude. Adam Patrick Yagodinsky, summa cum laude. Rachel Marie Adams, cum laude. Devin James Baker. Carmen Paulina Bednarski, magna cum laude. Hannah Marie Blake, summa cum laude. Olivia Michelle Bowser. Brooke Elizabeth Bramlage, cum laude. Grace Elizabeth Brown, cum laude. Kylie Mackenzie Brown. Emily Mai Gwyn Bowie. Alexa Michelle Burt. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and Certificate will now be presented to Veronica Jane Butts, summa cum laude honors program, as one of the highest ranking graduates in the College of Pharmacy. Leah Page Carnegie. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and Certificate will now be presented to Rebecca Josephine Cox, summa cum laude honors program, as one of the highest ranking graduates in the College of Pharmacy. John Lucas Cronin. Paige Eileen DeFremery. Justin James Duckwall. Megan Dye, cum laude. Jacqueline Claire Fisher, summa cum laude. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and Certificate will now be presented to Genesis Lynn Foltz, summa cum laude, as one of the highest ranking graduates in the College of Pharmacy. Madeline Marie Gerard. Sophia Rose Goon. Katie Gruick. Madison Marie Gutkowski. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and Certificate will now be presented to Hannah Catherine Hall, summa cum laude, as one of the highest ranking graduates in the College of Pharmacy. Madison Bailey Hall. Haley Marie Hunsiker, summa cum laude. Jenna Marie Iannelli. Brandon Kadlubowski. Kiana Ray King. Kieran Ruth Kramer, magna cum laude. Brianna Elizabeth Liu, summa cum laude. Patrick Madigan, cum laude. Kaylin Dora Mahoney, cum laude. Michaela Grace Mariano. Joseph Robert Mayer. Alexandra Nicole Meinert, cum laude. Nathaniel Carter Mitchell. Danielle Elise Moretti. Alexis Rose Nickerson. Olivia May Ormsby, cum laude. Josie Marie Parker. Samantha Parison, magna cum laude. Joshua Powell. Jalen Olivia Prater. Tyler Paul Ruda, cum laude. Megan Sawyer. Caston Tyler Schultz, summa cum laude. Alex John Solinsky. Lily Shadle, magna cum laude. Brendan Michael Sheridan. Spencer Keith Short, cum laude. Joshua Aaron Schroyer, cum laude. Maxim David Smith. Casey Renee Stalling. Shelby Lynn Starkey. Naila Lene Tart, cum laude. Holly Ann Thorne, magna cum laude. Victoria Ann Tromba. Mulan Vang. Ashlyn Ann Varghese. Adia Tori Welch, cum laude. Mary Grace Wilkerson. And Julia Morgan Young.
Wow. Wait, let's wait till our graduate gets to their seats. Dear graduates, as members of the class of 2023, you now share a proud connection with all Ohio Northern University alumni. You leave here today equipped to make a difference in your profession and in our nation. We admire all that you've done to reach this moment, and we expect you to apply what you have learned here to achieve professional excellence, to improve the communities in which you live, to advance the causes and issues that matter to you, and above all, to lead fulfilling lives in pursuit of service to others. To whom much is given, much is expected. And to quote Dr. Seuss, "Oh, the places you will go." We have conferred the degrees upon which you have earned, and up until that moment, either you or we could have exited that relationship. However, now that you have your ONU degree in hand, we are forever joined. You are forever a polar bear and an Ohio Northern University alumnus. I am so very proud of each one of you. Would the graduate... We can clap. So with that said, would the graduates of the class of 2023 please rise? To signal and symbolize the conferral of your degrees, I now invite you to please move the tassel on your mortarboard from the right to the left. Congratulations. Please be seated. Would Karen Keir please come to the podium to administer the oath of a pharmacist?
Thank you, President Baumann. As a proud polar bear, I am very privileged today to read the oath of the pharmacist. Dr. Grundy reminded me of a statistic, and you know I love my statistics, that I have, of the living polar bear alumni pharmacists out in the community and working, I have taught over half of them. Yes, that's over 4,000 if you're doing the math. So it is my privilege, and I always am thankful that Dean Martin allows me to do this, to welcome the PharmD class of 2023 into the profession of pharmacy, and I would ask you to stand to read the oath. I would also like the graduates of the Integrated Health Sciences to renew their oath from last year's white coat ceremony and stand with me as well. For all the pharmacists in the audience who have worked through the pandemic and have helped to make a difference in this country, I would like the pharmacists in the audience to stand and read the oath of the pharmacist with the graduates today. I promise to devote myself to a lifetime of service to others through the profession of pharmacy. In fulfilling this vow, I will consider the welfare of humanity and relief of suffering my primary concerns. I will promote inclusion, embrace diversity, and advocate for justice to advance health equity. I will apply my knowledge, experience, and skills to the best of my ability to assure optimal outcomes for all patients. I will respect and protect all personal and health information entrusted to me. I will accept the responsibility to improve my professional knowledge, expertise, and self-awareness. I will hold myself and my colleagues to the highest principles of our profession's moral, ethical, and legal conduct. I will embrace and advocate changes that improve patient care. I will utilize my knowledge, skills, experiences, and values to prepare the next generation of pharmacists. I take these vows voluntarily with the full realization of the responsibility with which I am entrusted by the public. Congratulations.
You may be seated. While we honor our graduates, we also want to recognize the significant and supporting role played by parents, spouses, grandparents, and family. Will the families of all of our graduating students please stand and let this class recognize you? Thank you. Karina Milano, who graduates today with honors summa cum laude with a major of musical theater, will now lead us in the first verse of the ONU hymn. The words are printed in your program. Following the hymn, Chaplain McDonald will give a brief benediction and the platform party will process out. Please remain at your seats until the platform party has exited. I now invite you to stand as you are able. Chaplain McDonald. Oh, whoops, Karina, sorry.
God be in your heads, that all you have learned will be readily available to help others. God be in your hands, that you may handle with care those things which bring healing and wholeness. God be in your hearts, that you may remember why you do what you do and show care for others. God be on your lips, that whatever you say may be truth and build up the spirits of those around you. God be on the lips of all who speak of you, that they may take note of your care and compassion and seek to model their lives in the same way. God be in this new beginning, that the road ahead may be filled with wonder and joy. God be in your every ending, that you may see grace in parting and find hope in the midst of despair. God be with you, beside you, before you, above and below you, all around you. And the God of all life, who created, who redeems, and who will always sustain, be with you and all whom you love, now and forevermore. Amen.